Cathie Wood is selling Twitter. Now, 4 months ago, Cathie Wood did an interview with CNBC in which she said that she believes Twitter will basically be the central operating system for the world's knowledge workers. These are journalists, these are academics, these are people that need to create knowledge in order for their livelihood to sustain itself. Where do they go? They go to Twitter. 4 months later, she sold, or 2 months later, she sold 3.6 million shares in February. And now she's claiming that Twitter might not be the best match for her, especially because of management changes. Let's start off with Justin. What is your take on why Cathie Wood is selling Twitter, and why don't you think she held on to it over the past couple months?
Well, I actually think there's a two-prong answer here. One, I think she's selling because there's too much drama. But in the article, she says that she had been cutting back on Twitter after Jack Dorsey handed over the reins. They had already been selling, and it was probably just an accelerating factor to sell more and more shares because the Twitter Elon Musk drama doesn't really help cash flows. Now, she might be right in terms of selling Twitter kind of because of Elon Musk being not really focused on profits and more focused on freedom of speech on that platform. But I also think she was really dumb to be selling. I think she had it completely opposite. She bought it with Jack Dorsey as CEO and sold it after Jack Dorsey left. Jack Dorsey was an absentee CEO, totally checked out, ate 2 meals a week, like starved himself. Also, didn't focus on product, didn't focus on monetization. It was only really after he was on his way out and after he left and Parag is in charge that they actually started running it like a tech company again, where you'd have Twitter Spaces. They bought Review to compete with Substack, yeah, thank you. So with Substack, they have Twitter Blue. Like, they're actually trying to make it a company again. So like, she has a completely opposite. So I disagreed with her original thesis. I disagreed. I thought it was the opposite. It was opposite day with why she even bought or sold it.
Tom, how do you feel about her saying one thing about knowledge workers and then selling because of management changes?
So to her defense, I'll start with her defense and then I'll go on her a little bit. In her defense, they've been selling Twitter stock since December. So they've been selling Twitter stock for a good 5 months. They sold in December, they sold in February, they sold for a while. So it's not something that just happened yesterday. So at least as far as consistency on Twitter, she's been consistent for the past 5 months, which is more than you can say about her general consistency. The lady who claims to be the true voice of innovation, and is investing in stocks like Zillow, Peloton, and God help me, Roku. Okay, so look, I don't know. I, for one, think that Twitter has potential, and I like the stock. But I can't think of any professional money manager who invested in Twitter because of Jack Dorsey. If anything, him leaving is actually a healthy development that needed to happen with the company. And I know a lot of people are more bullish with him leaving. So for me, it's kind of weird to hear her say that. Although, again, she points out very valid points. Twitter has a monetization problem. And I've been saying this for a while. They haven't still figured out, and Justin would agree with me, a way to make money off this shit. They have the best platform for what they do, but they can't freaking monetize it. And until they do, they're going to be in deep doo-doo. The problem is that this isn't new. This problem existed when she invested. Nothing changed besides her mind and her flip-flopping like a Wiener Schnitzel. What's new?
Quick question to both of you before we move on. If I go to one of my test Twitter accounts, if you guys can see on the camera right here, there is a For You TikTok type of page. This is Twitter. This is not TikTok right here. So given that they are testing a For You type of feature of having videos or tweets automatically show up in this vertical type of scrolling, do you think that is the answer to their monetization woes? And if not, how do they solve the monetization problem? What are your hot 30-second tips?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go first here as the resident TikTok expert. No, it's like, remember they had stories and they ripped that out?
That's
like
true.
We had Twitter stories and they were copying Instagram, and then Instagram copied TikTok with Reels, and Reels are like okay for the stodgy Instagram people who like refuse. You know, the people that refuse to download TikTok are the people that watch Reels. But that ain't gonna turn your ship around. That's not who you are. TikTok is the short form broadcasting app for everyone. And the only app that could maybe compete is YouTube, because it's a similar style consuming of content by video creators, maybe like YouTube Shorts. But even then, I doubt it, because the specialness of TikTok is the For You page. It's the algorithm and the neural net learning about you. And I think Twitter is like kind of news and town hall and random thoughts, like that kind of thing. And they they have to figure out a way to monetize that and not try to copy other people's stuff. But I actually, one last thing is, I actually think the spaces, so killing Clubhouse and the like newsletter writing thing makes a lot of sense in that sphere.
The problem with it is that you put a paywall on the town hall, you kind of kill the whole idea of it, right? They're in the situation where they can't put a paywall over anything, because that's kind of the bread and butter of their service. And
you mean they can't charge a subscription, correct?
Well, if they do, they put a paywall and they basically cock block the whole idea of, hey, come in here for free and see what's up in the world today, right?
Right.
The thing is, look, they've tried a lot of monetizations. Like, I'll dare you guys, both of you. Do you know what Twitter Blue actually gives you? Like, what does it give you?
No, I haven't even tried it. I haven't even tried it.
What does it even do?
Have you tried it, Tom?
Super follows? What is super follow? Why do I need? Do you think if I'm already getting free tweets from somebody, I'm going to pay extra to get some extra
see more tweets?
I mean, what more tweets? I got enough tweets, motherfucker. I mean, ticketed spaces. I don't use, like, you have to pay me to go to a space now. I mean, it's not. I mean, what the fuck are they doing with this platform?
Yeah, I would agree. Twitter Blue should be called Twitter Red, because all it does is lose profit.
Twitter, what the fuck is this supposed to be? I mean, they have potential. Don't get me wrong. The amount of traffic and when Elon actually implements this shit, I think it's going to be epic.
They should buy Patreon.
Oh yeah,
interesting hot take. Maybe they buy Patreon.